Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. The battery in the phone went dead apparently. Hopefully I can get the video converter software that I use to make this low res for low bandwidth upload. Hopefully I can get it to splice all this stuff together into one episode. Right, so I got strings. Now we get to see if the string through holes are big enough. Went with the second smallest, which should work for all the strings, even number 6, which would go on this side. And yeah, they look big enough. Through goes the string. Get it nice lined up. Doesn't really matter, but since it's going to get a bend in it, there we go, there's our string. One string with a little bend and set up at the end here. And haven't put the lock nut on yet, but down at this end, can we see this end? Yes, we can. Alright. This is the end of the string. So if a bridge is like here and our posts are like here, then yeah, we can reach all the way to the end, just barely. It looks like closer in's going to be better than further away, so I guess probably the thing to do is try to cluster them around the center as best I can. So let me see what that looks like. I'll be back. Okay, I measured these guys out right here. Got the distance post to post, and I also got the length of one tuner for when you're like stacking them up end to end. That length of a tuner is going to be the same as post to post. And that's what I came up with. The two center ones can be as close as 23 millimeters together. There we go. Sort of, kind of. God, these cameras suck. Oh my god, I miss my Nikon. Shoot, I miss my Sony Digital. Yeah, okay, so 23 millimeters minimum between the two center ones. The rest of them have to be at least 26 millimeters apart. So let me see where a spacing of 30 between them all would put me, as far as how far out on the edge I am versus how long the string is. And I'll be right back. Okay, got it marked out for 30 millimeter spacing here. And yeah, you come down with your number 6 and it'll go over the bridge, and then it'll hit the vertical roller tree and come over here to this tuner, and it, yeah, you got about a little over 2 inches left, 2.5 inches, so should not be an issue. Looks like it's all going to work out fine. Yeah, alright. I think 30 millimeter spacing for the posts on the tuner should work. I got to figure out how far from the edge I need to make them. Okay, I went 30 millimeter spacing, 10 millimeters in from the edge. All of them have little pilot divots. For the ferrules, I'm going to start with the, where do I put it, 5/16. So, and I'm going to be drilling from the front. The tear out will be on the back, which will be covered by the tuner. Slight change of plans. This stuff is so soft, I'm afraid I'm going to get too much tear out. So I'm going to drill through from the front with a small bit, my second smallest, like a 5/64 or whatever. Wish I had some metric bits. Since I do all my guitar work in metric pretty much. Hazards of being a scientist and engineer. That's not in straight. But yeah, I'm gonna hit them from the front with the small bit first. Then that'll give me a hole in the back for a pilot hole for the big bit. And then I'm gonna hit them a little bit from the back to avoid tear out. And then I'm gonna hit them last from the front and drill to match the partial drilling in the back from the back side, and that way I shouldn't get any tear out whatsoever. So see if I can get this drill bit to behave. Yeah, I don't really like the chuck in this thing. It's designed for drywall work more than anything. I was just looking for a $40 corded, and they were all sold out. COVID, you know. So, well, here, let me play with the bit for a sec, get it in working shape. I'll be right back. Okay. Just to give you something to look at, me drilling holes. One. Feel as it goes through each ply of this wood. And yeah, there's some soft stuff. I don't really, it's so soft that it doesn't really bunch up the bit. I don't really have to pull it out quite where it's really bit. Plus I'm going really slow, so it's not getting up dead straight into everything. Just mostly dust. Due to the amount of coloring and figuring on this wood, I'm thinking I won't bother hitting it with black stain first, and I'll just go straight to the purple and see what happens. If I don't like it, I can always hit that with black and then sand it back and then hit it with purple. Alright, so there we go. 6 starting holes. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the back that I can have out with this monster. Guess I'll film one and pause for the rest. Yeah, I felt that thing bite and dig as it went through that first ply. Okay, so that's the back side. Pretty clean looking. And then just grind away at the front side. This is the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Real slow, minimal pressure. Not even quite the full weight of the drill, probably. Each battery comes with heavy. Gives you a slightly harder fly here. Taking its sweet time, but it's going. See if I can finish through. grinding away. Alright, let's see. Nice and clean on that side, and yeah, pretty clean on that side. Doesn't look bad. Like I said, that's going to be covered up by the tuners, so that'll work. We'll go ahead and do that to the rest of them, and I'll be right back. Well, despite my best efforts, I got a little tear out anyway. It's actually the weakness of the wood itself. That's why I was trying to be careful, is because this stuff is just so darn soft. I even went deeper on the back side so that the two would meet more towards the center of the board, and hopefully it wouldn't disturb the surface too much, or the top ply. But yeah, that one got tagged, this one got tagged, this one's coming loose. That, I don't know if that'll come loose or not. But the good news is that the tuners will cover all this stuff, so it should cover it pretty much. Yep, looks like it. Looks like it's going to be okay. Yeah, so that takes care of the tuner holes. These guys will need to go in. How good did I guess? Oh yeah, nice. They press in, I'll be able to knock them back out again. They need just a little bit of a tap in order to go all the way in. Yeah, see, they go in just halfway, just kind of give them a little push. They're halfway in, they're starting to feel snug there, so yeah, tap them down, that'd be good. So it looks like I guessed right on the size of the hole. I'm going to need to dig up some screws for these tuners, and let's see here. It's got a floating bridge, and you need to put tuners on it. And I'm going to be playing around with the pickups, so I'm not going to do anything for pickups yet. Basically, I'm going to play a game of musical pickups, and I'll have this thing all set up so that I can just slide pickups under here, and then I can, like, you know, wire them up using some alligator clips and just hook them up to an amp and test stuff out and figure out, you know, exactly what pickup configuration I want to run on this thing. So I guess really the next thing to do would be to actually put the tuners on it, and then it can put the tuners in these little guys, and then it can be and then the bridge can be placed and it can be strung up, and then it's time to start testing some pickups for it. Also, once it's strung up and everything's on pretty much except the pickups, it should be pretty close, or maybe once I figure out the pickups, it should be close enough that to final assembly, weight, and distribution, that I can figure out, and get back in the camera here, that I can figure out where the bars are going to have to go, because it's like the other curved try. It's not going to be super ergonomic. I mean, it's like, let's see, what have we got? It's not that bad. You get a center of gravity right now, which is somewhere up around the 27th fret, so that's really actually pretty good. And once it gets tuners on hardware and pickup